But right now, this is a special moment for me because this is a guy who I always love to see at E3.
Your grandfather.
The one and only Michael Pachter.
Jeff Keighley.
The guy who has the biggest party at E3.
I do. You can come.
I know. We'll be there Tuesday night.
All right.
So Michael Pachter, people, you don't know Michael Pachter. Michael was on my show on TV for many, many years.
When you were 16.
Online, when I was a little kid.
And I was 50. Yeah, okay.
But you were always known for some of your predictions. The people on the forums watching now always wonder what Michael Pachter is going to have to say. So we thought we'd bring in for a little state of the industry, get your reaction to things. So let's start with Xbox today.
Okay.
Already looking grim.
No,
the reaction is not that great.
Okay, look, I was impressed by 4K. It's pretty. The screen was amazing, so it really did jump out at you.
The screen in the venue.
Yeah, it really jumped out at you how great some of this stuff looks. Even Minecraft. I mean, you take
Yeah.
something that's like 8-bit or 16-bit and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I have to say the game that I thought was the coolest looking of all of them, Battleground.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like,
That's
this
such an
game
amazing story.
Yeah, and I actually played it on PC, and I mean, I think I've never lasted more than like 30 kills in. Like, there's 70 people left when I die. And I'm like, I realize I suck with the keyboard and the mouse, and I think maybe with a controller I can make it to like the last 50.
Okay.
Amazing game.
Yep.
I think, just hitting your last couple of guesses, Charla did a good job. They had huge, volume of content, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But, the big 3 first-party titles, like Sea of Thieves, really?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not playing that. Crackdown, maybe. I think it was a little, I didn't like the cell shading, but maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But are those games that are going to sell the power of the system, the true power?
I suppose, but how many units are they going to sell? 2-3 million each? I mean, not enough. So, I think that the big takeaway is the Xbox One X costs the same as an Xbox One S plus a PS4.
Yep.
So if you don't have a console, it's like, do I buy that one or do I buy 2?
Yep.
And I personally would buy 2.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
Oh, I think that's
a hard
to me.
sell.
It's like double the price of the S.
It's a lot.
And it's like are the games going to be that much better? Because look, when you think of the audience for this, you're going to have certain part of the audience will be the Xbox One S audience, the people that want to have the best out there. The same guys buy a new PC graphics card every year because they don't need to. But there's a percentage of the audience that's that. But what you saw today, is there anything there that you saw was going to draw away the PlayStation audience? Say like, my PS4 is not powerful enough anymore, so I'm going to go get this Xbox One X. And isn't that supposed to be the play?
It will happen eventually.
Yeah.
4K TV in the U.S. is maybe 10% of households. By year end, it'll be 20, maybe 25, because the prices are coming down to where you might as well future-proof. A year from now, when we're at 40, maybe you care. But if you don't have a 4K TV, unless you're Gary Whitta, you're not going to go buy a 4K TV just to play games. Right. So it's not going to happen.
So how has PS4 Pro been doing?
Not selling well, and I think it's the same thing. People don't appreciate the value proposition. So it's $399, and a PS4 has been largely $249 all year. $299 nominally, but there's always.
I think a lot of people are still buying PS4.
They totally are.
You see the numbers.
People don't get why they want one. It doesn't have 4K Blu-ray. People don't even know what the letters HDR stand for.
Right.
So no, I mean, they don't get the value proposition.
Right.
I'll give Microsoft that. They've branded this thing as, you got a 4K TV, you need a 4K box. I get that. Do you know what a teraflop is? Because I sure as hell don't know. So what is a PS4? I have no idea.
4.2 teraflops.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
I would not know a teraflop if it flopped.
No, PS4 Pro I think is 4.
There you go.
So, yeah.
What does it mean? I don't know what it means. Like, don't throw out meaningless stats.
Yeah.
I barely know what 4K is, and I'm actually smart about this shit. But I'm not allowed to say shit on TV.
You can say whatever you want on YouTube.
I'm pretty smart about that stuff. But I know what 8 million pixels is. Do you know how many pixels there are in your cell phone camera?
I don't.
8. And do you care?
Right.
Right, you don't.
Yeah.
Did you buy your cell phone because it has 8 megapixels instead of 2?
Yeah.
No. Are you going to buy an Xbox because it has 8 megapixels instead of 2? No.
Okay, so then what would you grade the press conference today? What did you think?
Okay, I liked that it was super focused on software. I liked that there were probably 50 titles. I mean, that B-roll probably showed 20 of them, in about 3 minutes. I think they dwelled on the ones that aren't that compelling a little too long, like Sea of Thieves.
Well, they had, I thought, a really great start with Forza looked amazing. That Metro game
and
was
a great
incredible.
end. I thought the end was amazing.
Yeah,
so I thought the last
they had
two games.
3 really big games.
Right. Yeah. So I already forgot the name of it. Shadow
Anthem.
of what? Shadow of.
Oh, Shadow of War.
Shadow of War and then Anthem.
Yeah.
So Shadow of War actually looked more interesting to me than Shadow of Mordor. So I was like, okay, I actually will play that game.
Yeah.
And Anthem looked like what I really wish Destiny had been. Like I thought that was really a good-looking game.
Yeah.
So they ended with a great punch.
Yeah.
But I don't need an Xbox One X to play those games.
Yep.
So again, yes, I think they did a good job on software. It was interesting to me you didn't see any big name third-party titles that are established franchises.
Right.
You didn't see Star Wars, you didn't see FIFA, you didn't see Call of Duty.
Because PlayStation has most of those deals, I feel like.
Exactly.
Right?
So we're going to see those tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we're going to forget all about the Xbox press conference. But, because that's what people know, but I actually thought the volume of content today, and it was actually generally very high quality, and I say it's all Charla. I mean, Charla actually signed up, like Cuphead.
Yeah.
I'm going to play that.
Incredible.
You are too.
Looks great, yeah.
Right. I mean, those are cool little titles, and that.
But they're going to come to other platforms a couple months later.
And they should.
So $4.99 is the price. This morning I was on Twitter saying, I heard very well.
I gave you props.
You did give me props. I was like pretty sure that they were going to go $4.99.
I would give you props for the X. I thought that was a good call.
Yeah, X. So it's like
You said 10. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 X. But $4.99. People were freaking out this morning. I actually think it's like not that bad a price for what you're getting technologically. And when I did a poll a week ago, 40% of the audience on Twitter thought it was going to be $4.99. But this morning people went crazy about that number. Is it too much?
Yes. It's not too much for what you get.
Right.
It's too much for the wallet.
The differentiation, yeah.
Yeah, it's like look how many years into the cycle we are. And this is the 4th year of the cycle.
Yeah.
Consoles are supposed to cost $150.
Yeah.
And you kind of, if this thing came out at $299, it would have been a home run.
Right.
At $399, I think people would have grinned and toughed it out. $499 sounds like it's a brand new console, and they were very clear. This is not a brand new console. It's part of the family.
And the name, of course, right? It's just like
Like I said, you got me thinking about 10 in the title.
Yeah.
I was like, X. That's brilliant. I like the name. I'm okay
shortens
with
the
that.
Xbox.
Yeah.
So, how do you think it does then? Is it sort of just a niche?
It would surprise me if they sell 20% of their total units as this device. So if they sell 10 million next year, it would surprise me if they do too.
Okay.
They could. The only guys who are going to buy it out of the gate are Xbox owners who want to upgrade, and it depends on the GameStop trade-in deal. If GameStop says, we'll give you a $200 credit, sure, they'll get a lot.
So what do you think Sony does? Are they worried? Do they do a PS5 in the next couple of years? What do you think happens?
If the price had been $399, you would have had a price cut on PS4 Pro tomorrow.
Yeah.
It wasn't, so you probably don't need one, but I think they cut anyway.
Yeah.
So I think PS4 goes to $249 every day, all the time, probably with a bundle, so it'll be competitive. And PS4 Pro probably goes to $349. If they go to $299, Microsoft has a problem.
Do you think they would do that tomorrow?
Could.
Really?
I don't know. Sony, unfortunately, Sony's actually making money and now they're greedy about it. It used to be when they were losing money, they were predictable.
Yeah.
Now that they're making money, they kind of like it.
And they probably, they have runway till November, so they have to react.
I think they won't react. I think $499 gave them breathing room.
Yeah.
We went through this in 2013 when they both announced the boxes, and Microsoft priced so high, and Sony breathed a sigh of relief and didn't have to do it. So
we'll see. But do you think Sony's? Should they be worried that Xbox now has the most powerful system out there, as they say?
Yeah, that's like the tallest midget. Who cares? I mean, you can get a PC that's more powerful and pay more, but if you want to play a great game, I mean, you can put it.
Well, especially now, I think it's a different equation because all these games work on all the systems. So it's like there are no Scorpio exclusive games. So in some ways, the games are being held back a little bit because they have to work for Xbox One S and Xbox One X. So it's just, to me, it's like it's sort of a different equation. And also the differentiation in these games, it's hard to see the difference. I thought when I saw Metro and Forza and a little bit of Anthem, I'm like, okay, those feel like appreciably different. But for 80% of the press conference, the content there, I was like, looks like the stuff I played.
So let me give you a stat. Do you know what the average price of a television last year was in the United States?
Any television?
Of all televisions averaged, like the total dollars divided by total units, $434.
Say $500. Yeah.
$434.
Yeah.
This is more expensive than the TV most people have. And at $434, most people have a 32 to 40 inch TV.
Right.
So they can't tell 4K versus 1080p.
And Xbox One launched at $499, I think.
Yeah. It's just like, that's a price point that consumers think is too much.
Yeah.
Even though, I know you make a lot of money, and I hope that I'm in your will. But it's like, it doesn't sound like a lot to you and me, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if you're like some working schmo who's making 20 bucks an hour, you're thinking like, I got to work a week and not eat to buy that thing. It's hard.
All right, so before we move on, I got to ask you about Nintendo. Reggie was just here. Switch seems to be doing pretty well.
It is.
Is it this Nintendo's year then? I mean, where do you think?
You know, I think that people are reading Switch as a really successful console when I think it's a really successful handheld. Okay. I think that they put out a super high quality $300 handheld.
Right.
I have not yet met a person who actually puts that thing in the docking station and plays on their TV. Everybody sits on their lap, and because it looks great and it's right there. It feels, no, it's totally fine. But so yes, Nintendo continues its handheld dominance, but no, they don't have a console. And there's nobody alive who says, oh, I'm trading in my PS4, I'm getting a Switch, and I'm never going back. No, it's a supplement. Okay, it might be a starter handheld for your kid, or it's a supplement if you're over 12, but it is not a standalone console. So yes, they continue to dominate handheld, good for them, and it's great that they've taken handheld software to the level where it's console-like, like Zelda.
But Breath of the Wild, you would
no,
say
it's
that's
amazing.
a handheld game.
No, it's like one of the best games ever. But I'm saying they finally narrowed that gap. You know, so what that tells you is it's only a matter of 10 years, and mobile games will have, you know, that same kind of quality.
Right.
But it's a handheld, so it shouldn't be in the same discussion as Xbox One and PS4. Yes, Nintendo's maintained their dominance in handheld, and they will sell a lot of those things.
So big year for Nintendo on
Yes.
Switch. Sony, I'm sure, probably will have a lot of great games to show. We'll see how many of those ship in this year.
But Sony will look like it's got all these third-party exclusives,
Right.
and they aren't. I mean, Call of Duty is not exclusive,
Right.
nor is FIFA, nor is Star Wars.
Star Wars, all these
Right.
big games.
Right.
We'll have to see. All right, well, always interesting times. Michael Pachter, great having you with us.
I'll try not to pull a Charla and walk off on camera.
No, you're professional. And we can check out your show, right? You've got the Pachter Factor
There you go.
on YouTube.
I need Twitter followers.
Look at this.
I've got like no Twitter followers. So
Okay.
can I just say at
Yes.
Michael Pachter?
Yes.
If you want to be offended, you can follow me on Twitter.
The Pack Attack. All right, great to see you, Michael Pachter. Thank you for making
Thank you,
the
Jeff
time.
Keighley.
Now it is time to talk